Next up on WTV, preparation for a musical and animation class in today's Sports Minute. WTV's daily update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Wednesday, October 31st, and I'm Yael Evan with today's daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Singing in the Rain is months away, but the theater department is already up and running. WTV's Kate Graham has the story.
Even though opening night for Singing in the Rain isn't until November 28th, the theater department has been at it since the spring.
Well, we actually started back in May. We had auditions for the show in May, and there's just so much that goes into a musical, from the set design, costumes, dance. They've been learning dances since July, and they're still perfecting them. So a lot goes into it. You need a lot of time.
Starting rehearsals early gives the cast and the crew the best chance to make the show as good as possible.
We're starting our rehearsals early before the show so that we can be prepared and give off our best production. I'm most excited about the costumes and making it rain on stage during one of our dance performances.
Although the theater department has performed musicals in the past, performing this iconic play isn't something that can be done every year.
I chose Singing in the Rain because I love the music, and I knew that we had the dancers and singers for it this year, and you don't always have that mix-up of dancers and singers. And so I wanted to do a musical that was heavier in the dancing area this year.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kate Graham.
Most elective classes and even some core classes have a variety of grade levels, but what does it mean for the learning environment to have freshmen and seniors in the same class? WTV's Summer Knox takes a look.
Unlike middle school with designated classes for a given grade, high school gives students a unique opportunity as some classes have freshmen as young as 14 in a class with 18-year-old seniors. It's a situation that can be awkward at times.
It was at first because I'm the only freshman in there and I didn't know anyone, but once I got used to everyone, they were pretty chill, so it wasn't that bad.
For some seniors, such as Grishma Gitapali, having freshmen in a class isn't too different.
Not really, but I think it depends on the teacher and the subject. Like sometimes they tend to explain things a little bit more, like give us more time to do things.
Although students may not see a big difference, soccer coach and chemistry teacher Elizabeth Mokler notices they tend to stick to their age and friend groups.
I have mixed classes with both soccer and chemistry. I've got seniors, juniors, and sophomores in single classes, so they're kind of cliquish. They like to stick to their own. They don't really have a whole lot of interaction, but I think it kind of makes it more fun, gives it a fun dynamic.
Head counselor Ryan Kiefer sees a maturity difference as a learning experience for students.
I think it is. There's, as you know, there's a wide array of maturity sometimes between freshmen and seniors. Just different levels of experience in the high school setting, different knowledge bases. So I definitely think, I think it's different. I think both have their pluses and minuses. So I don't think there's, one way or the other about that. I think they can learn from the experience of their upperclassmen, classmates. Just like I said, usually there's a transition period for freshmen coming into the high school, with the rigor of the high school setting, taking classes seriously, understanding how grades matter. So I think they can benefit from the knowledge of the students that have, already been there.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Summer Knox.
It may not be Toy Story 4 or the sequel to Frozen, but one elective on campus of students ranging from freshmen to seniors are taking their first steps in animation. WTV's Kirthi Gumati has the story.
Students in 3D modeling and animation are learning what steps need to be taken to animate, as there's a lot to the finished process seen in videos or movies. Students start by drawing characters which they will use in the animation process. Then they will create a storyline, dialogue, and camera angles.
So in 3D MA, we follow the process of animation, which is development, pre-production, production, post-production, and distribution. And so I have the students follow that process. So right now they are using the development process and they are coming up with storyboards and developing characters.
Classes have already made movie posters using Photoshop and have started creating storyboards to introduce them to the animation process.
So the work has been harder than I thought it would be. It's really interesting because I didn't know how much work went into movies and animating, and my favorite project was probably making the movie poster because it was fun to see how to do it, and it was just harder than I thought it would be.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kirthi Gumati.
WTV Sports brings you today's Sports Minute.
Alpha girls cross-country team is heading to the state meet this Saturday. After competing in the regional meet, state qualifiers are heading to Round Rock to compete in the state meet. The meet will take place at Old Settlers Park this Saturday. Reporting for WTV Sports, I'm Surya Ravichandran.
If you are looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. WTV's Wade Glover has today's announcements.
Liberty Esports Club has its first meeting today during advisory in room C243. NHS has a meeting Wednesday before school at 8:30 or during advisory in the auditorium. You can drop off donations for Treats for Troops in the Rotunda this week. All donations will be sent to troops overseas.
That's it for today's Daily Update. This has been Yael Evan for Wingspan TV.